painfully familiar.
Hello, and whoa, I want that turned down. Hello, we're just having loud music the whole show. Hello.
This is the show where we yelled through the whole thing.
Oh, that would suck. That would not be a good podcast. Hello, everybody. This is Core. We're here to talk about video games. I'm Scott Johnson with Bo Schwartz and John Jagger, and time to talk about the week in gaming, among other things. We hope you all had a lovely week since we last spoke to you. I would like to give a quick shout out if you're a World of Warcraft player. A very quick, brief shout out to our friend Straven, a.k.a. Tanner over there. He's the leader of the Core Guild in World of Warcraft. And he wanted to let everybody know that Season 2 starts on the 11th. That's next Tuesday. So if people are interested in joining, getting ready for raid, all the fun stuff that's coming, go to discord.gg/Core Guild, and you can join up. If you're already a member, well, good news. You got some content coming your way.
They're still making those World of Warcrafts, huh?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Season 2 started?
Just wanted to say it like an old person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The World of Warcrafts.
Yeah. Oh, they're still making World of Warcrafts.
Yeah. You just can't go to the Walmarts to get it.
Yeah.
That's what my mom used to say.
Oh, we haven't had Bobby on in a while. What's going on with
It's been a hot minute. Actually, he and I are going to get together for a instance special on the 14th, I think, and talk about all this new content. So that'll be fun.
Lots of new stuff. And
yeah. New things coming our way.
It was a pleasure meeting and hanging out with Bobby. I could see a world where we're friends. He was very fun to hang out with.
Oh, yeah. Nicest guy ever. He's kind of the best.
Yeah.
So anyway, coming up soon, if you're not already tied down to some kind of guild business, we'd love to have you in ours. That's discord.gg/Core Guild. Let's get into it, gentlemen. We're going to start this week with what we played this week, and turns out movies have some impact on people's lives. Sometimes they make you...
Some of us. I managed to resist.
Did you... You abstained. Okay.
I wish-listed Spider-Man 1, but I'm playing another game right now, and I just... it didn't pull me away.
They ran a sale on Spider-Man 1, 2, and Miles Morales, the separate little smaller one that's in between those, I guess, on Steam, and I think other places. PlayStation had it on sale and stuff. Because of the movie coming out, and it worked on me. I was like, that's the cheapest this has been, and also I've been wanting to play this one anyway. I didn't play it on PS5. I know John did, if I remember right.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I played through the whole game and beat it on PS5.
That's right.
In fact, I'm going to go uncharacteristic here. Here's a hot take right out the gate.
Okay.
I think the game is better on the PlayStation 5.
Oh, do tell. What happened? You got performance issues or something?
No, but this is something that can be fixed. It's just not something that I have set up. It is a game where they leaned very heavily into the use of the controller and the features of the controller, and the tension on the web swinging and stuff like that with a PlayStation 5 controller, I think is better than how it feels to be playing it on a non-PlayStation controller.
Interesting.
Sacrilege.
So, yeah, the game runs, plays better on my machine on the PC, but I think that the controller experience, the controller feel on the PlayStation is a better fit for this game.
Interesting. And that's a lot. You do that a lot, so that's a significant advantage, right? Because you're swinging a lot.
Yeah, well, and I will say, going back to when I played this, and it's trying to remember, I think one of the things that I was like, it's cool, but... you do a lot of web swinging, and I do remember eventually my finger got real tired because the trigger's pushing back against you tension-wise when you're swinging, and it's like, and I think eventually I was like, man, this web swinging is making me tired. But once I started playing it, I was using a Steam controller, and I started swinging through the streets. My first reaction was, I remember this feeling different, and then it kind of occurred to me what it was is that there is a tension, and I thought, well,
can't be that significant, right?
Yeah, it can't really matter that much. But the more I played it, the more I thought it, and I don't know if it's because the game is designed in a way where they expect you to have that, and maybe if a game was built in a way where they didn't assume it was going to be there, it wouldn't feel that way. I don't know. But it definitely, when I was playing through this most recent one, swinging's still good, still fun, regardless. But I was like, why doesn't this feel as good as it did on the PlayStation? And that is the only thing I can think of that is different between those experiences.
So you could, in theory, though, connect your, like you said, you connect your PS5 controller to your PC and you're back to what you liked about
I
it.
assume it does it, right? I don't know.
So.
I've never used a PlayStation 5 controller on a PC. I know that there are people out there who do it. Does doing that give you the PS5 features, or is that only exclusive to if you're playing it on a PlayStation 5?
I assume it's controller based, but I don't know actually the answer to that. Somebody may know out there, but I'm pretty sure you can do that. That adaptive trigger thing is the controller, and if the game supports, so the game would have to support it, but I can't imagine it doesn't. It supports the inputs. Like this playthrough I'm watching right now. This is actually, you'll see PlayStation icon prompts. But it's he's playing it on a PC. Version. Yeah, it's a 4K playthrough on PC. So I don't know for sure about that tension thing, though. That would be interesting to find out.
Yeah, It's a little thing, and it I've been playing a lot of Astro Bot, so I'm slowly gaining a even bigger appreciation for what they did with the controller. But it made me think that, I kind of feel like the features of the PS5 controller, I kind of hope they become standard. Like, it actually felt additive to the experience in a way that I wasn't expecting it to. So, yeah, it surprised me too, because, we get accused, probably rightfully so, because I think it's true, of preferential PC treatment. And that's how I would want to play most things. But I immediately recognized, like, man, this felt better when I played it on PlayStation.
Yeah, I guess it's been too. I only played one on the PS5. 4, I guess, is where I played it. So that was 2018, right? It was a while ago.
Too many numbers.
But yeah, I got it as well, and I didn't get super far. Real limit on time this week, but I played enough to get through it's essentially the Sandman intro stuff. It's kind of your tutorial fight. Where you get to the big boss fight with Sandman and stuff. And I did all that. And just felt good to be back in an Insomniac game. It's been a while since I've fooled around in there. And I like me some open world. So, I'm excited to play more. And I'm just in this major Spider-Man mood like half the world is right now. And they should be, because that movie was awesome. If you want spoilered discussion, tune into our pre-show. We talked about all the bits of that movie. So if you're patrons, you'll get all that after the show if you're here live. Anyway, it's good. Turns out Insomniac knows how to make like a cool open world super hero game.
You want my second hot take?
Uh-oh. What now?
I already uninstalled it.
Whoa!
Because I ran into another interesting element with it. I got in, and the game starts with a big, epic Sandman set piece that is very on rails, but it's big. But I'm outside of the spectacle now. I've seen it before, and it's still impressive. It's still good. But when it's not your first time seeing it, you're definitely a little more aware of, oh, I didn't do that right. But the game kind of forced me back on rails, and managed it for me so that it looked cool and stuff like that. And then I got done with that and got some freedom to swing around. And that's when I made my discovery about, like, wow, yeah, this felt really good on the PlayStation 5. And I started swinging around, solving crimes. I was like, man, Spider-Man is awesome. We're back. We're doing it. I got my my brand new day suit for free because they did a big update that added the suit, which we are going to talk about the suits getting added to the games a little bit later. Sure. But then I accidentally followed the wrong icon. I was trying to go towards a crime, and I went to the next thing, and I got locked into a cutscene where Peter and Mary Jane are going to talk about their life and their past and reminisce about things. And I was like, okay, all right, we're going through this. Then I had to look at a bunch of pictures, and I was like, okay. And then I had to go outside, and there was my good friend Harry Osborn, and then they wanted me to ride bikes with him for a while down to the campus. Mm-hmm. And I went, God, I miss being Spider-Man in this game. You know what? I think I can just abandon this mission, and I think I can just go back to being Spider-Man for a while. So I abandoned the mission because I was sick of riding bikes with Harry. And then I got to play the part of the game I wanted to play again. And then I was like, okay, I've kind of solved these base level crimes. I'm kind of getting tired of running around as Spider-Man. But my only option is to go ride bikes with Harry again. Yeah, maybe I'm just done. And then I turned off the game and uninstalled the game. I was done. I was like, all right, I've had my fill. And it's one of those things. I don't know that there were certainly parts of the game when I played through the first time on PlayStation 5 that I was like, here's Insomniac not learning. They think that I bought the Spider-Man game to play as a girl figuring out who did graffiti on a wall so that we can tell a story about how all artists are important and or something. I don't know. Here, you know, and it was a common complaint with the first one and the MJ missions, and then the MJ missions are back in this, and they didn't bother me as much in this. They gave MJ more tools to make her more interesting, but again, at the end of the day, you're playing a Spider-Man game to play as Spider-Man. Like that's what you bought it for. But I don't remember being annoyed at like the Harry Osborn, the progressing the story. But now I know the story. I know where the story's going and all of that, and I just wasn't excited to do it again. And I was like, man, this is taking a lot of time.
That's the trouble with narrative games. Once you've like seen the narrative, you need to be able to skip. You know, it's like it's not as good the second time for a game because you want to press buttons.
Yeah, I can see that.
And watch a thing. You know, like the first time it's amazing. But oftentimes when you're doing a replay or it's a game you want to play, or maybe you've dropped halfway through and you're just watching a movie, you know, it gets really boring. So like it is you know.
And if I remember right, when you played it on PlayStation, you were very positive about it. But it sounds like maybe this is a one and done kind of deal and you don't want to, you know, do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I would be super interested in playing the third one when it comes out, you know, assuming I'm able to, assuming it's not on a new piece of PlayStation hardware that I don't plan on buying. But, you know, I would be tempted. The PlayStation's seeing more use in the house right now, so there's a decent chance that maybe Wolverine might end up happening. So it's not like I'm opposed to them or their games or anything like that. I just thought that a revisit, especially after this amount of time, would be more interesting than I ultimately found it.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, oh, you know, maybe I'm not that excited about it. It's a slow start, and I probably could have powered through it, but you know, we'll get to the rest of what we played. I had other things to play. So it's not really a condemnation of the game. It's just, you know, I wanted to swing around as Spider-Man for a little while. And there's a lot of not doing that early on in the game, and I that's all I wanted to do. The
2018 game was better at like, let's immediately get into those things that you just talked about liking, right? Like it's like that's the point of the early bits of 2018 Spider-Man. This one's a little bit more like, hey, you all played that? Hey, Miles is here again. We're going to talk a lot, and we'll do a little Sandman stuff, but that's mostly going to be this like aerial fight that you don't really control, and then we'll talk a lot. And then you'll get to do Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah, and Spider-Man's got to shoot some drones up into the sky, which, again, I'm not opposed to any of it. Like, all this stuff is, like, jaded second experience playthrough business. And so I'm by no means trying to say the game is bad because it's there, because I think especially your first time through, like, this is cool stuff. But it was just... There were so many little things, but even in the little bit that I played, I was reminded of cool moments. Like there was one of the random crimes was I landed to go bust some criminals, and I was like, man, they put a lot of criminals down there. And it just so happened that Miles showed up while I was doing it to also bust these criminals, and we got to fight together through that crime. And I was like, man, this is so cool. Like they did such a neat thing with the way that they incorporate both of those characters into the world, where every now and then they will just show up and it's like they're off having their own adventure on the side, and sometimes they intersect and then diverge and all of that. And like those moments are so cool. I really, really like those. But yeah, I think I just wanted to swing around and be Spider-Man, and I did that. It achieved that, but I think I'm also done with that.
In the news, we'll talk some more about suits. I got some good imagery to show and stuff, because that also was a thing. That Tokon suit is really cool. Did you get that? You unlocked that, right?
I did, but
I'll
have
show
you
that
seen
real
what
quick.
happens when he pulls the hood off?
No.
Have you seen the nightmare fuel when he's wearing the suit but not the mask?
Oh my gosh, no. I imagine it's his realistic world face and then
Yes.
Oh, no.
It's so bad.
that's scary. All right, we'll try to find that before we get to that in the news because that's bad. I didn't even think about that. Anyway, more on that as we get to it. Like I said, I only got done with Sandman, so I haven't done much else, but I do like the series. I'm excited to play because it'll be my first time, so I do plan on playing more. I played Granblue Fantasy Relink a bit more progress in that game, and I have something to say about it in the form of an audio file. There's a lot of this. So I played this at the top of the show.
It was familiar, painfully familiar.
All right. It's got its melodramatic anime bullshit going on, right? That's normal. It's fine. I already knew that going in. Wasn't anything that was going to stop me from playing it. But a lot of the dialogue in this game sounds like this.
Gran! Now that's how you do it. I knew you could.
Like, can you see the pain in my face? It actually hurts to play it. It's hard for me. So what I'm getting at is, despite all of that, because I really don't like the dialogue in that game very much. I think the story is whimsical and interesting. You know, we talked a little bit about how, what's the name of the thing? The Fantastic Voyage of Philip. That's not it. What is it? The woman you just beat, John. And I'm playing.
The Adventures of Elliot.
Philip. The Adventures of Elliot is a game where there's a whimsical story, but it's also very saccharine, I think is the way you described it.
Yeah.
This is that also, just really heavy layers of like, and that little dragon thing behind his back is the most annoying character in the world. Like, there's some stuff in here that normally this stuff would put me way off. Like, I'd be like, I can't listen to these people talk anymore. I've had it. But the gameplay is so much fun in this game. It's like a MMO with gotcha elements without it being a gotcha game. You don't have to, you're not downloading or paying microtransactions for any of these characters, but you level up their abilities and their stuff, and you build bigger teams, and you try to get them all and all that kind of thing. But there's also this like story, and it's beautifully rendered in this like world that's very rich and beautiful, and I'm super into how it plays. And that's kind of how I feel about Elliot. It's a similar thing. It's like, it's really fun to play. The gameplay mechanics are like kind of peak, but the freaking dialogue, dude, it's so bad. It's just so bad. And I'm sure
I didn't think Elliot was that bad, but there are a couple characters that are a bit much.
Yeah. And this has a thing where if you've got 5 of you out there fighting, because you can do these like combos and work together, and I forget what they call them, but basically there's attacks where you link up. I think they're called links, linking. Or
They all have something to say.
They all have something to say all the time. So they're like, let's go. I got him. Did you see that? Are you okay? Can I help? Like, it's that the whole fight. And I'll be honest, I haven't gone into like tweak settings to see if I can maybe tone some of that down. Maybe that's there. But man, they just need to shut up. These characters, they're so annoying.
Man, I just realized that what I want more than anything, and I don't know if it's a show, I don't know if it's a skit, I don't know if it's a video game, but I need a story where someone like Scott, with his particular proclivities, gets visited by like a magical dragon or something and gets pulled on an anime adventure and hates every minute of it because he just finds the characters annoying. like you're the protagonist in a story that you just can't stand because you can't stand the people that you're interacting with.
I mean, it's a very specific kind of thing. There's a lot. I just rewatched like the original Ghost in the Shell again. I know it's old, 95 or whatever, but I just watched that again and I love it. And the dialogue's cheesy and the localization's a little rough, but it's about shit that's cool. So they're not constantly going like, it's things like, the computer's going to do the thing. Oh no, what are we going to, like, it's like cool and intriguing and all that. But then there's like this guy, let me turn the audio on, this dragon dude. Let's see. Here we go. It's just so shitty. Like,
But see, that's what I want. I want that character and that situation, and then after Scott deals with it, be like, from now on, you just stay behind me. Stop talking. Stay behind me. Every time you fly out there, you get yourself into trouble. So don't just stop talking. But I wanted to go on the adventure too. Shut up. You can come, but you need to stop speaking.
it's a little crazy how much you just nailed it. That is exactly what she sounds like, or he, or whatever, the dragon thing. I hate it. The minute it says anything. And here's the thing. Mechanically, he's interesting in the game because if I'm out running around in the open world and I'm needing to go somewhere and I may be a little turned around, he'll go, over here, dumbasses, and he's over there like in the place we're meant to go. So instead of just a simple map marker, it's more interactive and it's the character doing it and all that. But I just want to stomp him. Just put him out of his freaking misery. But Granblue Fantasy Relink manages to still be great. Granblue
Fantasy?
It remains a good game despite all this because I think mechanically it's very interesting and fun. I think graphically it's really amazing. And I love the idea of sky pirates. Like there's a lot going on here I'm way into. And even a couple of these characters are kind of cool. The big hairy guy with a gun, he's cool. I forgot his name. The captain's pretty cool. The healer chick, the sword knight sword chick you fight with, I forgot her name. I forgot all their names. She's great. But this dragon, and then the little girl who can summon Behemoth out of nowhere, looking all Final Fantasy and everything. Like, she's annoying. There's just some really annoying characters, but whatever. It's a me thing. I know that. There's plenty of room for everybody in this world, so everybody keep enjoying your poorly voiced American dubbed anime. All right.
Counter to that, I also want to see an anime protagonist get pulled into like a Conan style American comic book adventure where he's like, I'm just going to do my very best. And someone's like, you're going to get shanked in the guts.
I mean, now you're talking my language. Let's go.
But you're not on that adventure, Scott. You're on the magical anime adventure.
Yeah. And my daughter teases me. She's like, you're only like the stuff with dragons and kaijus and gigantic monsters and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I prefer. What I don't want is a bunch of drama. I don't need a bunch of dialogue. Just go get it. Let's just go get it. We're playing a video game. Give me the story can exist.
Can that be the new core slogan?
Just go get it. We're playing a video game.
Just go get it. We're playing a video game.
It's pretty good. It's going to sell shirts. I like it. Anyway, so I played a bunch of that. Hey, you guys want to look at my taco?
Yeah.
All right. Check
Let me
this
see your
out.
taco.
Two different levels of eagerness, I guess. But yeah,
So
either way.
This is my taco. Let me prepare it the way it was meant to be seen. Let me prepare my taco. Prepare
the taco.
This is the Game Sir taco. And what this is a little physical button arrangement retro gaming thing, but it's in the shape of a little bit. And here's what makes it a taco. You open like this. And now you got like a taco, like where you put your meat and your cheese and your whatnot.
I'm familiar with tacos.
Yes, very familiar with it.
But not lettuce
No.
because we don't want explosive diarrhea.
It goes on your phone like that. That's a baby. Sorry, it's my
They're like a tiny human.
They're like, very small when they're born. You guys may be familiar. Anyway, this thing clamps onto that, and then and it's got your trigger buttons in the back, all your face buttons on the front. There's no analog. It doesn't need one. But then you fire up something like Delta, which on iOS and Android is like the retro player du jour right now. Everybody loves that thing.
I have that.
It's really good.
This seems cool because one of my big things is like I like Delta just fine, but I don't like using the touchscreen.
Yep, same deal. Some games are worse than others when you use them that way. I'll give you an example of a skin I'm using. So you can kind of see this dark in here, but I have like this cobalt looking skin, and those buttons all interact with the screen. So if I'm, playing Kirby like this, it's a GBA version of Kirby. You use those
emulator?
Yeah. So what you do is you take this thing, which is touchscreens now, the taco you stick in here. And now, I have it set so it won't go
That's
top.
why it's called a taco, because it makes your phone into the meat of a taco.
Exactly. Your taco meat is the phone. And now I can play Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland or any game I want. This I have the thing set wrong. Normally this goes up to up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's usually by default. I
Does
messed
it have
with it.
bumper buttons?
Yeah, it does on the
trigger-
back.
Yeah, it's got two triggers.
Yeah,
Okay.
here.
Cool.
4 of them too.
Neat.
And then now you've got like an actual physical button, proper game experience for your old ass games on your phone, and you just kind of carry that thing around with you. It's got a nice what do you call this on the inside? Like a little padded. I don't know what to call this. It's almost like I don't know what to call this, but it's like a padded thing, so you're not scraping your phone with plastic or anything like that. It's like a nice rubber finish, and yeah, and it's awesome. I played so much Pokemon Pinball this week on this thing. It was crazy.
Nice.
So
And who makes it?
that'd be Game Freak. Oh, you're talking not Pokemon Pinball. You mean the taco?
Yeah.
Who makes the taco?
Who makes Pokemon Pinball?
I really thought that's what you meant. No, this is made by GameSir. They make other controllers. I have a Nintendo one around here somewhere that I use. Oh, there, right here. This one, for example, is a GameSir, I believe. Oh no, this is a Gull Kit. I have every controller ever made, so this isn't it. But I have one somewhere. GameSir is like 8-Bit, Do, or any of these other guys where they make, cool secondary market controllers for stuff. And this is a fairly new thing they're doing. Now, 8-Bit Do has a version of this, but they didn't have them at the time that I was going to review this, so I'm waiting for those to come in, and when those get in, I'm going to check that out. So I have a friend at 8-Bit Do who's going to try to get us some demo units for all three of us. I hope that goes through.
Oh.
So we'll see. That one's interesting because that one actually plugs directly into your USB-C port on your phone, which means it will get its power from your phone and also, in theory, less latency than like Bluetooth. Although I'm not really noticing latency if there is any, but it will eliminate that because it's like a direct plug-in. So I'll see what theirs is like as well at some point. But anyway, it's cool. GameSir, I think it's like $26. Pretty cheap, and it's flexible. So if your phone's got a fat case on it, it's got room to breathe and move here. Anyway, cool little unit. I like it.
Very cool.
More on that later.
Thanks for showing us your taco, Scott.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Anytime you need a peek at my taco, I will whip it out, put it on display, wherever you need it.
Thanks, bud.
No problem. And then nothing new to really add, but I played a shit ton of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm still really enjoying my time in there, and I got an email worth reading about Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced that I want to play. I'm going to read right here because we're sort of on the subject of Assassin's Creed, or at least I have been. This is Steven. He says, "Hey, Scott, I know that that in Black Flag... let me start over. Did you know that in Black Flag, you can get a skeleton crew? Your crew will be replaced by skeletons. Crazy, but very cool. There's a shop on the island." He gives the coordinates for it, where you can buy the skeleton crew for 209 bones. That's literally you need bones, not money. He doesn't mean that as like slang for money. You can buy bones from the treasure shop on Edwards Island and all that other stuff. That's true. And you can also get it when you're just doing quests. You can pick up bones all over the place. Anyway, says Steven, well, I did know about it, and here's what they look like because I thought it'd be fun to show everybody. So check this out. Oh, where did I put it? There it is. All right, so here's your skeleton crew. And this is cool because you can just fill your ship with these guys.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. And you just have to buy them, and then that's their skin from now on. And what's awesome, John, is... in that game when you would take over another boat and then you'd have a choice, like if you scuttled it, it would give you all their loot. If you used it for repair, it would repair your ship. Or the third thing was you can take the crew on as new crew and add them to your fleet. When you do that, that whole cutscene where you're like pulling a guy up off his sitting position to slap him on the arm and welcome him to the crew and patting him on the back and walking over to the next guy and shake his hand. It's all skeletons that are that now. So you're just talking to skeletons and welcoming them. It's awesome.
That's nice.
So anyway, that's a thing you can do. And I was aware of it, but I thought it'd be fun to let the world know that that is indeed a thing you can do. I just don't have enough bones yet in there. So
Gotta get more bones.
it's Ivor's fault because I'm in the wrong game to do it. So don't worry, I'll get back there. John, let's get to your stuff. You played a little of the Marvel Tokon, did you?
Yeah, very little because it came out today. So between taking the kid to school and the show, I haven't had a lot of time. In fact, I've really only had enough time to go through the welcome tutorial, which is you boot it up, you kind of configure some settings, and then it drops you right into a fight between Captain America and Iron Man. and teaching you the basics of the game. And I gotta tell you, you know, I feel like every time we talk about a fighting game, I go through the same set of steps, which is I admit my skill level with fighting games, which is terrible.
Yeah.
And then I say, but I like them regardless. This one, man, feels like the wrong one to have really been like, I'm going to learn this one. This one seems complicated. This one seems hard.
Really?
But I'm going to try. So first of all, a big thank you to Dr. Tolbert, who did gift this game, but was in Discord talking about how he was going to get good with Marvel Tokon. And I was like, you know what? Me too. I'm going to get good at Marvel Tokon too. And then I go through the tutorial and I'm like, yeah, I got this. Move forward, back, jump. Backwards jump. You got it. Light, medium, heavy strikes. Got all this down. But then it starts getting into this trigger in this direction for specials and this for specials. And then all the characters have different components. And then which character you put in which assist slot depends on the type of assist they give you. And I was like, my eyes were starting to go cross-eyed. And I was like, oh boy. This is going to be, we're going to dive in the deep end. Because you know what? If I get good at this, then I got good at a difficult one, right?
Right. In theory,
like,
yeah.
you know, if you suck on a lemon, then sour candy is no big deal because you already did the lemon.
That's right.
That's my logic. So we're going to try it. This game, again, I haven't had a lot of time with it. It is beautiful. I love the art style. I love the look of the game. The characters that they've picked are all really interesting choices. They feel like good choices without necessarily being 100% the characters you've seen in every game all the time ever.
Including Marvel fighting games, right? Like,
yeah.
Marvel.
But still also have enough of the ones that you like where it's not just like, okay, why didn't we put Spider-Man in the game or something like that?
Right.
So I do want to learn it. I do want to get good at it, but it's complicated for sure. You know, it's a four-person teams. Each of those people on your team have different things that they can do. There's different abilities and fighting styles for each character, and you can switch between them. So there's a lot to it because it's more than just like, oh, I have 4 characters and I tag. Like that's certainly something you can do, but you utilize the characters differently as well. So
so the reviews are only at 40% on Steam, but they seem almost unanimously performance issues. Have you had any of that? Any issues running it?
No, but I have also barely played.
Okay.
So, I went through a tutorial. Fighting games, can sometimes live and die. I think this one will do okay, even if it's, is it performance in general or is it performance online? Because that's another.
Oh, it could be that too.
I actually had a look earlier today. A lot of complaints about it not working on Linux, which affects the Steam machine. Steam Deck.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Well, that's a
someone
weird.
commented like, I spent a bunch of money on my Steam machine and this game doesn't run very well on it. Kind of pissed about it.
Well,
Yeah.
I think they would have. That's interesting. Because also there's anti-cheat crap built into this that the Steam machine will automatically shit on. That feels like a player problem. But also, I mean, them not knowing is what I mean. You know what I mean?
If
like
you bought a Steam machine and then an appealing title doesn't run, that sucks.
It does, but I just feel like, I don't know. You got to know. In this ecosystem, especially in the PC world, you got to know shit.
If you convert to Linux, you should be aware of that. Like, yes, anti-cheat stuff's not going to work. Like, but if you bought a Steam machine and don't know how to install Linux, you just understand Linux is on there maybe, but like, you're just like, I bought a Steam machine and it won't run. I could see being frustrated. It's on this. What else are you doing on a Steam machine but buying games on the Steam store?
A lot of the reviews I read just said it runs like crap on my Windows PC. My PC choking. My fan's never been so hot. Stuff like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't spent a lot of time with it. I might be back next week. Go ahead and this didn't run great at all. But the little bit of time I've spent with it it's been fine. Okay. But I have a pretty powerful gaming PC, so maybe that's a privileged position that I I'm just lucky to
It could be poorly optimized.
Could be. Yeah, a couple patches later might be fine. I only bring it up because it's a good sign that it doesn't seem to be gameplay complaints so much.
Yeah, I mean, that is the nice thing with those sorts of complaints, is that that's stuff that can hopefully be patched and fixed. When the game is just not a good game, like that's a little bit harder to patch and fix. Everything I've experienced with it so far has been fine, but definitely, I guess, buyer beware on performance, that you might have issues.
John's going to, what's that thing in Vegas? What do they do?
Oh, also, one other thing, sorry, but I just remembered because we talked about this not long ago. When,
Evo, sorry.
The game does shader building, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, man, it really bugs me when some games don't do that, don't give you a screen. And we said there should always be at least an option. This is the first game I've played where it's like, hey, do you want to run this? Yes or no? Do you want it to run in the background and cause performance issues, or do you want to just wait and we'll do it now? And I was like, run it now, please.
That was a gamers we heard you moment, because you just talked about that last week, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
So, that could be part of it too. I don't know. I'm not going to say that everybody is having that issue, but I definitely know nothing makes me think that a game's performance is terrible faster than they're doing the shader bullshit in the background, and they didn't let you know. Although this
even
one
when
does
it's not
kind of let you know, but they word it weird. They're like, "Hey, do you want us to do a warm up?" Like, I think is what they call it, like a graphic warm up or something like that.
Lame.
They use weird flowery language that it took me a minute. I was like, what are you asking to do? And I was like, oh, you want to, compile shaders now instead of while I'm playing. Yes,
it's
please.
that thing games do where they're like walking the dogs, taking out the garbage, and instead of saying loading memory, serving up
articulating
textures.
splines.
Yeah, it's like, why are you talking like that, guys? Don't do that. We know that's not what you're really doing. Well, anyway, report back, please. Curious about it. Sure pretty
Absolutely.
to look at, I'll tell you that.
It is a very pretty game.
Man, I feel like we've been talking about this one forever, too, so it's good to have it finally out in the wild. All right. What else you got going on?
So I also played a little bit. I mentioned it last week as a game that I had received that I was curious about, that I had never heard about at all, and I decided to give it a go. I played a little bit of the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time.
That's the title, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this thing is kind of interesting. So the idea, now that I've spent a little more time with it, the idea behind it is this: you're basically at the last save, in theory, before the big final boss moment, right, of an RPG. And you go through and it kind of gives you a, start in the middle. You're fighting the boss, you lose, and it's like, okay, load your save. And so you're loading up a save that is supposed to be this like near the end of the RPG save. And you've got to, my guess is, figure out a way to beat the final boss, because you do no damage to him and he just trounces you and your party. And the game gives you no further instruction or no other setup. And so it's a bit of a puzzle game. So do you remember, what was that Fox game? You know what I'm talking about? It looked like Zelda. It was a fox.
Yeah.
What was it? What was that called?
Shanuki. Was that
Shanuki.
Tunic?
Tunic. That's it. Yeah.
I knew it was close.
So it's kind of like Tunic in a way, where as you're going through the stage, you will find like instruction manual images that give like additional tips. Like it looks like pages from the instruction book, but then there's notes scribbled in and stuff. Like one of the first ones I got was, it just said, carpets always lead somewhere. And then sure enough, within a room or two, there was a carpet that just seemed to be aimed at a wall. And it was like, well, if I followed it, I had a prompt and I could press something and interact with it, because sure enough, the carpet always led somewhere.
Sure.
It doesn't just go to a wall for no reason. So it seems like it's going to be a game where you are not given a ton of information. You're thrown in the deep end and you kind of have to piece together how to progress in it, which is cool. And it is something that I find very appealing. There is another side of me, which is the person who likes RPGs that is struggling a little bit like this, because one of the conceits of the game goes very much against like what you would expect from an actual RPG. So what I mean by that is this. So you're a character that's supposedly at the very end of the game, so you have an inventory full of items.
Right.
Well, in this game, there's no description for the items. So you go to equip and you get like 4 or 5 weapons that are already in your inventory, but there's no stat screen that says this is better than this isn't as good as this, this is what this does. It's just, these are the names of them,
right,
which works for the type of game they're making because they probably want you to experiment or mess around or try things or whatever. But the RPG player in me is like, even Final Fantasy 1 had a, this is better than this.
Yeah,
so there's an RPG mentality that kicks in that I'm just like, this is a bad game. This isn't even the greatest game in the world because it doesn't even let you compare weapon types. What is this? Garbage is what this is.
Yeah.
But I kind of have to remind myself, like, okay, that's not the point of this game, John. It's not meant to be an actual RPG. Set that aside and try and solve the puzzle. But it's pretty cool. I mean, the main character is very much stylized to look like a riff on Chrono from Chrono Trigger. There's a lot of fun references already in the game. Like I said, it's reminding me a little bit of Tunic. So I want to see it. It's an intriguing thing. I think one of the funniest inside jokes is when you load up your save, because again, the idea is that you're starting at the end of a video game.
Yeah.
So when I loaded up my save, I immediately unlocked 21 of 23 achievements for the game.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And it's things like if I'm looking at the list, risky business, complete the tutorial with 1 HP, the true end, enter the red castle, the chronomancer revealed, watch Gunther possessed. All this stuff is made up. None of this stuff is in the game. It's just stuff that they put there, but they're real Steam achievements.
Wow.
And the only 2 that are locked are beat the game and open the door of the cosmos, whatever that means. Those are the only 2 things that you're supposed to do as objectives to the game. So I think that sort of stuff is very tongue-in-cheek and very funny. So
this reminds me a little bit, it's kind of the opposite, but it reminds me a little bit of that game I reviewed last year called The Dark Queen of Moral Foam, or however the hell it went. Here, I'll show it to you real quick. But it was a similar idea, except the difference was you're the Dark Queen. So you're the boss, and the whole game is just these adventurers coming to kill you and you figuring out who you are and why this is such a sad thing to have to deal with. He comes in, he's like, I'll kill you, queen, or whatever. And she's like, okay, cool. And easily you dispatch this guy, but you're starting to wonder if it's all worth it. And then the adventures get better. It's a lot like this, I think, just from the other angle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is an interesting idea, right? We're taking these tropes and these ideas and boiling them down to an entire game. It's just an interesting way to approach this stuff, I suppose.
Yeah. And I will say the title again, because it does have a very difficult title to remember. And I already see chat asking, what is the game I'm talking about? It is called The Remake of the End of the Greatest RPG of All Time.
Yeah. A little cheeky right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems neat, though. Kind of like the graphics, I'll admit.
Yeah.
Cool
It's got an interesting style to it.
Yeah.
And I believe it has FMV cutscenes, though I have not gotten to any of those, but they had me at FMV cutscenes. I like those things.
Nice. What else you get up to? Anything else?
Another game that was gifted to me that I saw a preview for, and I just sort of randomly, I was like, this seems funny, and threw it on my wish list. So a thank you to OtakuNet21, who said, I'm hooked on this and I think you might like it. I decided to try it today, and they are 100% right. I absolutely love this game. It is
thank you. I got gifted it too, so thank you.
I did too. Same guy, same game. I have not had a chance to play it, so I'm very curious about what you're going to say about this.
I think this game is cool. It is basically the premise is that idea of like, hey, how many dudes do you think it would take to kill a gorilla or whatever? You know, that sort of mentality.
Yeah.
It's an auto battler, but so the way it works is you start with one dude, and it's like, here's your dude.
Yeah.
And they're like, your dude's going to fight 10 toddlers, whatever the first thing is. And then after every fight, you get money. If you win, you get money, and then you can recruit additional dudes. There are lots of different types of dudes that have different abilities based on what they are. There's Frankenstein dudes. There's ghost dudes. My personal favorite, because it got me through my first run of the game, quantum dudes.
Oh my Lord.
Are there any bad dudes?
There probably some bad dudes. I haven't seen any yet, but there's construction worker dudes. The dudes of all kinds in here. And you get to pick. There's a fight that's easier, there's a fight that's harder, and they award varying amounts of money. There are power-ups. There are lots of things between rounds that you get to pick to sort of change the mechanics and how you're building. So the first run, I was just kind of, I don't know, just flying by the seat of my pants because I didn't know what I was doing. And I ended up eventually getting taken out by like 600 bees or something like that. Like there's just an insane amount of bees, and the dudes could not handle it. But then I got into the next playthrough, and I built this team that was the quantum dudes, which just feel ridiculously overpowered. Because they create a little quantum double. So every time you pick one of them, it's like getting two guys. And then there's a power up that doubles your quantum doubles.
Oh, wow.
So like they're crazy powerful, but I had them, electrician dudes, Frankenstein dudes, ghost dudes, and bard dudes.
Bard
and
dudes
it was
are
this
like fantasy bards, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Okay. When you pick them, they go, la, 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 la. And so it was a team that was all built around the idea of like equalizing and sharing health, because they were all kind of like, they were powerful, but they all did things to sort of buff and heal themselves.
Yeah.
And the sustain was just very, very strong. And
This is the same devs that made Crashlands.
Yeah. I interviewed the guy on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea they were making this.
It's a fun game. And like, again, it slightly just plays itself. There are like power-ups and stuff, some of them that you can control. So like there's healing potions. You can bring people back to life in the fight or after the fight if you want the fight to play out. You can drop meteors on the battlefield. So there are ways to interact with it while it's going, but if left to its own devices, when you pick the fight, they're just going to fight. And it's more a strategy about what dudes you pick, what upgrades you pick, all of that along the way.
Yeah.
And it seems so simple, and I couldn't put it down this morning. It was all I was playing up until I had to take the family to school. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this game is so addictively fun.
Is this the one where your son was like, is that blood cool? Is this the game?
Yeah, this is the game where my son came in because he had been eating breakfast, and he finished breakfast, and he came in because he just hears a din of like, because everybody makes sounds while they're fighting, and all that's left after the fight are just bloody splats. And he goes, is that blood? I was like, yeah, buddy, it's blood. I was annoyed that he even came in. And I go, yeah, that's blood. And he goes, my favorite. I was like, get out of here. You were about to go to school.
Yeah.
Stop it.
It would be so weird.
He just cracks up laughing and runs out of my room.
This looks delightful. I can't wait to play it. It looks awesome. And I like those guys. Butterscotch Shenanigans makes good games. So who knew this was coming? This feels like almost like I don't know. Like, I don't think the last game sold really well for them. I think it did okay, but it wasn't like a gigantic success. So this feels like maybe a, I don't know, game jam blow off kind of thing where they're like, hey, we had that idea. Should we just put that out? Oh yeah, let's do it.
It's cool. You know, I don't know how balanced it is, but it does have different modes, like including one where it's like they pick the dudes that you're going to have access to, but I guess you're going to have to pick power-ups and perks and all of that and kind of manage it. But everybody who picks that mode for the day gets those dudes to work with. It's called the Daily Dude. And
It's so stupid. I love it.
And so, like, that stuff is cool. It's got an endless mode when you get to the end. It's got special modes that unlock as you beat the game. Extra bosses that unlock depending on how far you get into it. Like, it just seems really, really cool. I get why this was a bit of an addiction to OtakuNet 21, as they said in their message. Like, I played it and I was just like, oh my God, this is addictive. And I see in chat, it seems like a wind down game before bed. Yeah, to a degree. Like, it's a perfect game for I'm going to be paying attention to something else, because you kind of do your setup bit where you're paying active attention, and then you're like, okay, they can fight. And if they die, they die. Although by the end, I was like really invested. I was like, I got to keep as many of these guys alive as possible. I gave my ghost dudes glass cannon, which really tested the survivability of the team. And the final boss was a real pain in the butt. He was blowing up the ghost dudes, and I just kept bringing them back because I had stockpiled so many items.
Nice.
So
it looks great. I love that. It's 90% reviews, so that's pretty strong. And it's like less than $10 right now. It's on sale, so
yeah,
people should
it's
go get it.
very cool.
Yeah, very, very cool.
And then other than that, I'm still playing Marvel's Midnight Suns. After the restart fiasco, I'm back to where I was.
Oh, I thought you were going to quit because of it. Okay.
I did quit because of it, and then I reinstalled and started again, and now I'm back to where it is, where I was.
All right.
So it's going to be done at some point, but
That's a lot of Spider-Man for you this week. You got 3 games.
you can never have too much Spider-Man.
There's never enough. Yeah, I guess so. Because every one of these games that you played this week, with the exception of how many dudes. Oh, no, and the remake thing. Never mind. But yeah, Spider-Man 2, Tokon, and Marvel Midnight Suns. You've got Spider-Man for days. That's great.
And who knows? Maybe Spider Dudes are one of the dudes.
Could be. Never know.
They could be in there.
They'll have to be careful. They get sued, but yeah. That's cool. So you're beating it again? Is that the plan? With Midnight
I think
Suns?
I'm gonna beat the game and then probably call it there.
All right. There you go then.
Yeah.
Bo, what'd you get up to?
I just used Buddy unironically.
Yeah, I like that. It was very Canadian.
No, I know. That's why I don't want to use it, but I've been using it with Arthur. You know, hey, little buddy, because he's a cat. So I've been saying Buddy more. It's becoming a habit.
Will you rub the scruff of my neck next time I see you? Will you do that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
All right. I promise not to kick my shit all over the room when I'm using the litter box then in exchange. Yeah.
So, yeah, no, hi. Games I played this week. Sorry, just me saying Buddy really threw my
good.
vibes off. Hi. I played one game.
Yeah.
I played a continuation of more DragonSword Awakening.
Oh, the VR one you talked about last week?
No, the gacha game that isn't a gacha game, because they removed all the gacha, but still is every bit a gacha.
That's right.
Yeah. The best way to describe it is like single player MMO light, kind of fair. So, you know, it's a little grindy, but not unenjoyable. You know, Zero Company's coming out soon. Because I thought about playing Spider-Man 1, because I never even played a Spider-Man by Insomniac.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm enjoying this, you know. And I'm towards the end. There's like a series of quests, so I'm on the last chapter of quests. I'm pretty much like at the final whatever fight is. And I'm going to find out if there's an end game that wants you to keep playing forever or not after that. I don't really know.
Do you suspect there is, though, given the
well,
mechanics
one thing
of the
I
game?
do strongly suspect, given how far I am, is assuming they were happy with the sales, I would expect there to be more content. I just don't know if it's going to be paywalled or not. I'm kind of, because it's a gacha game, I'm kind of expecting, you know, just the way WoW does it, where there's a new zone and new shit. I'm sort of, the way the map's been revealed, they could probably tack on, you know, a content release, which, you know, is not the worst thing in the world, I suppose, but certainly prefer it to the gambling mechanics. Like when I was playing Zenless, for example, it'd just be like, well, I can't level up anymore unless I swipe a credit card. Like, so what am I playing for if not for progression? Because the gameplay is not that. When you're making progression, the gameplay is like engaging. Like you're doing activities, finding stuff, discovering the world, looking for treasure chests, doing dungeons, and it's like, this is all right, you know. And like the actual moment-to-moment gameplay is fun. I enjoy it, and building teams Like the whole thing is like you kind of build up your teams so that you can do combo moves, and that makes it fun. You're constantly switching characters like ADD style. It's good, but if there's just nothing meaningful to do apart from wait for to do your dailies the next day. It's like the worst part of like MMOs. Mm. It's just logging every day, do your dailies, and it's like a chore. It's so ridiculous. So there is there is a bit of that, but like the rewards are so generous that you just do it once or twice and you're like, oh, I'm good. Like nothing's too grindy, which is nice.
Yeah. That's a hard thing to balance, I think. That's good to hear.
Yeah,
it's good
but it does look like probably they'll tack on more content because, I'm in the final chapter and they're like, there's 6 bad dragons, but we're only going to fight one. And I'm like, it probably means they could do 5 content drops and every content drop would be a dragon or something like that. I could definitely see there being a longer term plan. I just didn't see anything about it. So I'm still just enjoying the game. Like my plan was kind of like, you released a gacha. I finally get to play the end game now because I lose patience with actual gacha games. Because, I don't want to play every day for 5 years just to see your, mid content. Like the animations are nice, but the stories are always like just okay. Like if you want a good story, just play like Spider-Man or play like 100 other games with good narratives. Gachas narratives are just okay. Even if the animations are super awesome.
Do you swap between your team in this one in real time? Can you go like, oh, this sword guy's fun, but I need to switch to my range lady for a minute?
Yeah, so the way you actually play it is like you always have a team of 3, and if you want to maximize damage, you have to swap. So everyone kind of just like plays a little differently, but kind of what you're doing is like, at least in the way this game's constructed, is like there are 2 classifications of like heroes. There's like elemental damage guys, and then there's like staggery guys, right? So the staggery guys are more utility in that they might break their enemy super armor, or they might knock down or stun the enemy, which opens up possibilities. And then elemental is like you kind of stack up fire, poison, shock, ice. And once you've fully stacked it to tier 1, there are these things called signal skills, which is like you can summon a teammate in and they do their signal skill for a bunch of damage as you tag them in. So your strategy revolves around like a hero that builds up a lot of status effect, and then a hero that drops in with a triggered signal skill and comes in and does big damage. And then when you're really cooking, your signal skills chaining a signal skill to chain a signal skill, and you're just dropping all 3 heroes in on at the same time. It's really fun. Like it's like actually a system that has depths. Now that because I can progress and actually play the game, I can actually appreciate that there's like a high end, skill based kind of game. Even though I would say it's not the hardest in the world, you still got to go read the abilities and like map out a team that like feels effective, and then like you can choose gear to collect to maximize crit or attack power or status application. So like you do feel like you're cooking something up, ARPG style, like with your sets in an ARPG, how you're trying to do a build. So, and then you can have multiple teams. So when you go to like do a dungeon, you have like 5 team slots. So you can be like, I'm going to take my ice team. I'm going to take my bleed team. Like you can build out like the teams of what you want to, run. And this is, I think, where the gacha comes in, because there's so many systems to upgrade it, and you have to wait so long to get anywhere as you hit the ding desert, that you end up swiping because you want to play it today, not 3 weeks from now when you're finally ready. So I really appreciate this game for just like, even though it is still a bit grindy to get the stuff, it's like finite grindy. You'll be like, I'm going to do hunts for an hour, and the hunts are pleasurable, but it's just an hour. It's a good hour. Like you're like, oh, I had fun doing it. Like, it's not weeks and weeks of logging into your dailies forever for just a drip feed of progression. Like, oh, if I do this thing every day for 2 weeks, I won't have to swipe my credit card. So I've been enjoying it, and I make meaningful progressions. There's like side quests that come up too that take up time, and it's fun just going to hunt the treasure chests. Like I actually just enjoy the actual open world exploration. There's like neat little things, and there's puzzles, and there's like just stuff to grab your attention. Like I couldn't see myself doing it forever, but I'm really enjoying my experience with it, and that'll be my gacha game like for this year and probably forever. Like I don't plan on playing a ton more gacha games. It's just this has been a good enough experience now that I'm like invested in like spending time with it to see it through for its merits, which I feel like the game genre does have. And then there's stuff that I'm very strongly against, like when you reach a certain progression in the story, you're allowed to level up, so you can level from 50 to 60, but there's no enjoyable progression where you go to 51, 52, 53. You just spend all your money and resources and go from 50 to 60 instantly. It's kind of stupid, but I get that they do that for credit card reasons in most of these gacha games.
Well,
So I wish they would, like, it's good that they left the system in from a I get to experience it standpoint, but like it's ultimately like not good long-term design. I don't want every game I play to be like this. In fact, I would prefer if this was the only experience of it I have for the rest of my life, pretty much.
I get that.
Yeah, but and I think like overall, like the vibe of the story, like it's you know, like you're playing that single player game where everyone sounds like a kid and is going, oh no,
Yeah.
but everyone in this one's like, even though it looks kiddie, it's fairly adult. You know, characters die. There's this, you know, the high priestess is secretly a thief, and you're like, why are you a thief? And it's like, well, I'm stealing like dangerous artifacts and trying to hide them. And most humans are susceptible to them. There's all these like reasons why she's the best thief in the universe, but she hates being a thief. And it's like, it's kind of morally gray. And it's like, oh, this is like not the greatest story, but also not the worst. Like, you know, like, it's all right. So you get these little side quests that like develop the main cast of characters. So it's like overall well done. It's just, you know, so I'm having a good time playing it. And that's why I ultimately didn't play Spider-Man, because Zero Company's coming out soon. And I don't want to feel like I have to choose between DragonSword and Zero Company when that comes out. Yeah. So I'm just kind of sticking with this and getting through it.
It makes perfect sense to me. I was going to ask you one other question about it. Oh, maybe this is more for the audience. Someone's going to laugh at me and I'm going to get ridiculed for this, and I don't care. But I think Granblue Fantasy Relink, based on Bo's description of this, Granblue might, and I know there's games before it that are true gacha games in the Granblue pantheon of games, but that this one that I'm playing is more, you know, it's a single player game. There's no, you buy it once. There's no microtransactions, all that stuff. But the way you described this is kind of what I'm playing. Like, I wonder if it's the same thing.
Yeah, I think you guys are in a similar, because if I remember correctly, what you're playing, Scott, was a similar thing, is that they didn't think it would work as a gacha here, so they pulled it out and just released it as a game.
Oh, that might very well be. And the other thing about it, too, is like you were talking about some of the combat where you link up, like 4 other characters will all do a big linky thing toward the end when they've all built up their stuff. Totally do that in Relink as well.
Yeah, but the systems might be a little different though, because like you don't link all, like it's just you spam them. For me, it's not really combo based in that way. Okay. Maybe I don't know. I mean, a lot of these, you know, Eastern games like share similar DNA and all that stuff, so it wouldn't surprise me if they felt very similar.
Yeah, Lucky or Not in the chat says they are very similar. So maybe I'm playing a gacha game and I don't even know it. It might be possible.
Well, when you level up, do you have to spend currency and level straight from 0 to 10 instantly?
So
10 to 20?
Sometimes so there's a couple of things you level up. Some are just skills, and there's skill trees that you do. That's a different currency. But then the gold currency you've been building up and these other specialized currencies are used to upgrade weapons to higher levels. And sometimes you just found this weapon, but you need to get 10 levels on it real quick. So you spend all your currency on bumping that level up to be equal to everybody else's. They're all very gacha-esque. I just hadn't thought of it before, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not far enough to really even say that it goes that hard, but it does feel like maybe I'm playing the same genre.
It's entirely possible. I don't know. To my mind, DragonSword was like explicitly designed to be gacha. Like, it wasn't even like it had gacha and they had it removed. It was like, I just don't know the story. Apparently the publisher and developer, there's some sort of relationship there where they wrested it from them and released it in the way that they did.
Yeah.
But
I'm glad they did. It seems like you got the better game because of that. So
yeah, well, I wouldn't be playing, like, that's why you were asking what's Wuthering Waves in the chat room. It's like, just don't play it. Just don't.
I'm not going near that thing.
Like, anything that swipes a credit card to level up, I feel like as it goes on. Now that I've played this too, I'm like, it's a crime. Like, it's actually just like that it should be criminal to take a leveling system, take the game of Dungeons and Dragons and monetize the character progression in it. Where you want some experience points, swipe a credit card. It should be illegal to buy experience points. I'm sorry, but like I'm just at that point where I feel like it's like a very shady thing to do to other people. You know, like arcades are one thing where you're like pop a quarter in, play for 10 minutes. But even arcades have historically like had, I think there was a couple of fighting games, they get progressively harder the longer, like they'd cheat if you were on the same quarter for too long.
There are definitely examples. You change that on the boards. Yeah, and we used to do that with my dad's
And then you
arcades.
pop another quarter in and then it would be fine. Like that kind of shady stuff did exist, and that's like, that also sounds criminal to me. Like it's not, that's literally you're trying to rob people through lying. We have examples of consumer practices where we've said like, you can't do that. You can't bait and switch people, all that stuff. So the fact that like it's in this esoteric form in video games to me is like, really, no country should allow that to happen. I don't even care if you're like, oh, it's an Eastern thing. I'm like, well, they're perpetrating crime on one another. I don't know what more to tell you. And it's funny too, because these games look gorgeous. And I'm like, what else looks gorgeous? Casinos. Yeah. You're like, why can't my local McDonald's look like Caesar's Palace? And it's like, well, they don't make the same money. Like, know, so So all that to say, it's like, it's been interesting to play the genre because now I can like critique it sans the gacha aspect. That's French for without.
Yeah, without. It's like sans serif is a font without feet.
Yeah. But I can now fully like decide, do I like this leveling system? And it's like, oh, the gameplay system is actually fun. Like this hot swapping thing, I could play a game that's more focused, less on individual character progression and more like you progress the character to have this like team synergistic business. And then it's interesting to swap out like the different characters and combos and like keep adding more characters. That's very cool.
Yeah.
But I can say like, oh, if I had to swipe my credit card to get the level of progression I now have, my teams are like pretty maxed out because I'm at 100 hours plus in this. It's criminal. Like this is just crime. Like just like actually asking somebody to pay or putting the offer in or making the game really boring without, I feel is like actually just highly immoral. So
yeah. There used to be there are these dip switches on. I want to say it was on Galaga. And we had a couple of Galagas in the arcades my dad ran. And you had the option, according to the manual, if you went and flipped these switches in a certain way, they would do exactly what you're saying. It was like a rubber banding effect. I know NBA Jam did this too, but we never had one. But it was basically like the enemies would get way harder real quick if you played for a certain amount of time and looked like you were just going to get to the kill screen. And if you turned that stuff on, it would then do that. It would get super hard and force you to have to pay more. We never did that because my dad also thought that seemed really skeezy, so he never did it.
It's bad for long-term. I get video games are feast and famine, very expensive to run an arcade, to make a game. But they also, notoriously make the most money. Like this year, I think is the biggest revenue year for video games yet in history of video games, and yet also record-breaking amount of layoffs in the same year. Like, so it just tells you it's very feast or famine. The money's probably going to a small number of beneficiaries, that did super well, and then everyone else is like struggling with margins that essentially don't pay off. And then it's super tempting to be like, well, no one can see the code while it's being processed. Why don't we just do some F shit to like minimize our losses or, but I think it erodes long-term trust. Like it's never worth it. Right. Like, and that's not just video games. It's like in a restaurant where you're constantly shaving off 10% of the food. Eventually the food's nothing and people stop coming to your restaurant, even though they don't really know quite why. They're just never satisfied anymore with going there. And you're like, well, I'm not making any money. I got to find a way to make money. And it's like, well, yeah, it's the tough thing about life. It's just like, it's still not good to scam people like all at the end of the day. Even if you get away with it, you're not probably really getting away with it because now that's a habit you lean on. That's a way of life. You're compromised yourself. Yeah. It does catch up. And I feel like this is like not just video games, it's tech in general, but I'll stop there and we won't tangent. But anyways, so DragonSword has been a fun example of something that's like, wow, this is really fun. I can see really liking this genre. I get it. I don't like the leveling and progression system still. I take my traditional, give me 10 experience for killing a boar, please. I don't want books and currency and then leveling instantly to the next tier. But out from that, it's fun.
Nice.
It's a good game. Yeah.
Glad that exists, actually. That's cool. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk some news. Before we do, though, quick note that you have some choices, and we've given them to you. The choices are support us on Patreon or support us on Substack. Either way, you're going to get the benefits of a lifetime by joining up to now. That means things like no commercials, pre-show content every week, host specials on the monthly, some extra Patreon stuff, and Substack stuff in the form of articles and reviews and all sorts of fun stuff. But you got to sign up on our Patreon to get it. Be like Cramps77. I thought at first it was Gramps, but it's Cramps77.
Cramps.
77 cramps.
Yeah, but a bitch ain't one or something.
That's a sign you've eaten too much lettuce.
Still, you know what I always thought about that song? 99 problems and a bitch ain't one or whatever. I always think, well, that's great, but that's still 99. You have a lot of problems. And it's great that one of them isn't the woman in your life or whoever your person is. Still, dude, you gotta work on all the rest of that.
Well, also, it's a weird brag.
It's a very weird brag.
I got a lot of problems, but not women.
Not women.
You know what I mean? It's like, what? Like, cool. Like, awesome, dude.
Yep. It's really weird. I've never understood it, but I'll tell you what, you will understand. The great support you give us will help us go a long way to be your favorite podcast. So go over there and do it today. That's patreon.com/core show or core.show. And if you're confused, just go to frogpants.com/core. All the info's there. We're going to take a break. When we come back, all the news you can stand and more. Stay tuned. All right, we're back. Hey, everybody, we're back. Fine, then, take me to horny jail. Everybody there is horny too. Oh, what is this? What does that
It's
mean?
a meme that I've been saving for years if it ever came up.
Wow.
It was kind of, I was like, what is Bo doing? Bo's being weird again. And then Scott just brought the show back in that way. And I was like, nope, it paid off. And I'm 100% glad that Bo did it.
We definitely didn't talk
Welcome back to Core. Take me to horny jail.
That's right.
We definitely didn't talk about toilets or anything before resuming the show.
Yeah, that was awesome. What a way to come back. All right, well, we've come back, and now it's time for us to talk about the news. Sort of. Part of this is just exciting about what's happening this month. Anyway, we'll do that now. This is the wrong thing to play because it's long, and I don't know why I had it.
Here's a full song.
All right, here's a full song. Enjoy, everybody. So let's talk about the games of August. We got some big, cool, I don't know about big stuff, but cool stuff coming. I don't know.
Maybe some big stuff.
Maybe it's
I
big.
mean, it kind of depends on how it's all received, but
Yeah, like one that's already out today, or already out this week, Beast of Reincarnation. This is, the reviews are a little concerning. People don't seem to love this so far, the Game Freak third-person action, deal with the future lady and
I was
going to
pick it up, and I was like, maybe not.
Yeah, it's starting to sound like maybe things are a little up in the air on that.
As good. It lost some of its luster as I was watching the cutscenes, and everyone just stands there. Just going, bah, 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 bah.
Do you think it's a thing where Game Freak is usually making Pokemon games, and this is just such a stretch for them? Like, it's just hard to make a big...
I don't know.
Some people would probably say it's a stretch for them to make Pokemon games these days. So
That's true. The best Pokemon game in years was made by Koei Tecmo for Poketopia or Pokopia. So not even Game Freak making
Pal
that.
World, also not them.
Yeah, that's true. Clone in the chat says one of my biggest disappointments in years. Goodness, that's dark. But I don't know. We all had high hopes for this. I like the theme of it, but it's not sounding great. So anyway, that's out already. But still to come. Oh, another one that's out that no one will shut up about. Everywhere I'm reading about it, like Game of the Year, you must play this. Play with your friends immediately. Blah blah blah. Is Big Walk from the Untitled Goose Game people.
Yeah.
yeah, that one's been getting a lot of attention too. I every time I look at it though, it just looks like
It's Friend Slop. It's just Friend Slop.
yeah.
Is that what they call that now? Friend
I
Slop?
just can't get excited for it.
I've heard it's heartfelt, that there's like a story you don't expect to come out of it, that if you play it with your friends, you're going to both laugh and maybe even get a little emotional at the end, and that it's way more than you think it is. But I'll admit, same. I look at it and I just go, oh, another one of these where we're all looking weird and talking to each other with proximity chat and streaming it because that's what streamers do.
And not only because I use an external sound amp for my stuff, I can never do the chat in these games.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest grievances. I'm just like, can we just do Discord, please?
Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know.
Yeah, but
this.
I have a feeling it does something with the in-game voice chat. So I think this is another one of those where it's like you want to overcome the hurdles of it because
no, for sure,
get something,
It's part of the mechanics of it. Like a lot of like, especially with those games like Lethal Company or whatever. It's like, where are you? Where are you? But like also, you're hanging out with your friends. So like during downtime, you're like, how about the World Cup? How about them politics? I don't know. How's your life going? Like,
yeah.
It doesn't feel very good, at least as an adult. Maybe if you're 10, you don't talk about these things. But generally when you're older, you're just like, it's fun to hang out with your friends and chat. So it makes that experience bad. And I have no patience for it. I'm just like, okay, I guess I can't talk to anybody unless I'm saying, where are you? Where are you? Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Like, it's like, okay, like it gets old real quick, in my opinion.
The review I read gave it a 9 out of 10, said it would have been a 10 out of 10 if it didn't diminish the game so much to not use or to opt out of proximity chat. So they made it sound like it was crucial to the experience.
Yeah, for sure it's interesting as a mechanic, but it's one of those things where it's like, that doesn't make it universally good. Like
I kind of treat these games like I treated the Nintendo why can't I think of it? The motion control Nintendo.
Oh, the Wii.
My God, the Wii. Yeah. Yes. I feel like I just aged 100 years. Like there's a novelty and a wonderment to it, and it's not a diminishing on the quality, but it just feels like there's so many things to get together to is probably where I'm at in my life, where it's like I have a hard enough time finding quiet, sit down, just me play game time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That the idea of trying to get everyone together and all opt into this weird thing so that we can have an optimal experience, it just sounds like more trouble than I'm wanting to put into gaming at this point. But I am sure for those that do and those that will, or those that watch people stream it, it will be very worth it and very cool. But it just, for me, I'm not in a situation where this is a feasible.
I may end up playing it. Crofton seems to really want to play it, and I'm not opposed to giving it a whirl.
I'm sure.
The proximity chat notwithstanding issue, it could be really good. Like, things, you judge a book by its cover, it looks like garbage game. I'll be like you got any texture maps for your circles there?
It was just funny because the world itself is super textured out. Like it's really hyper realized, but the characters are like the opposite of that. There's something about their little noses moving when they talk that I kind of like, but other than that,
no, like there's nothing, like I don't find that there's anything wrong. Like with it's like people say it's fun. It just doesn't look very visually appealing, but that's not a deal breaker. A fun game is a fun game, right? So, I'm inclined to believe that this is a rewarding and enjoyable game, and I may get the chance to try it out. We'll see.
Every month there's one of these. Last month it was the hide your dude in the place and paint on it. This month it's this. Next month.
But this is probably like, for me, it's like probably pretty low stimulation, like in terms of like, I like MOBAs and high input, high attention required gaming, and often when games have very low stimuli, because you're like, pick up the binoculars. Don't drop the binoculars. Oh, you dropped the binoculars. It's so comical. Try picking them up again. I'm just like, oh God, kill me. Like, why do I even play games?
To be fair, I don't like any of that.
That's just a personal taste thing. Like, but I will, I will, if the boys want to play it on a Sunday, I will, give it a try. They obviously try a lot of games that I want them to try. So I'm willing to, this one doesn't look like the worst thing in the world. And I enjoyed our time. I've played with Jocelyn and Ryan on their fundraiser days. Like,
did you play Repo? What was it you guys played?
Repo is excellent, actually. It's like honestly kind of a better Lethal Company, but it's goofy. Yeah. Although Lethal Company is like goofy too.
My kids love Repo.
Repo is like, it's fantastic, honestly. It's pretty good. Even Phasmophobia, when we played it with Kyle and Garrett, it was super awesome. I think that John, it was the four of us playing that. It was really cool.
No.
And so I like friend slot games, but I don't love them. So yeah.
Well, we'll see. It seems to be. It's got the highest reviews of the year on Metacritic so far. That jumped all the way to the top. I'm not kidding about that.
My understanding about this is like the big games have not come. Like it's the back half that is loaded for.
Yeah, like movies and stuff every year. It's the same kind of thing.
So I was already thinking, I'm like, oh, what would I rank Game of the Year this year? And I'm like, I don't even know.
I know what I'm calling right now. I know what I'd pick, but there's stuff coming out this month included that I think will challenge it.
It might just be Night Rain for me.
I don't know what I would pick, but that's because I have a couple things that I would be considering right now.
Yeah. Well, Madden NFL 27 comes out on the 13th, so put that on your list for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
This is the year after Expedition 33, John. So
Yeah, high expectations for John's.
Well, not even just high expectations, but sometimes when you're coming down off a high still, even though it's been a year later.
Resident Evil 9 was exactly what I wanted it to be, and Pragmata made me cry like a baby. So I got two great choices.
Two Capcoms.
Game of the Year right now.
Yep. They got one. True. Didn't Capcom have one more thing coming? Oh no, they're
they do.
Monster Hunter Stories 3 or whatever, right?
They did that, and they also have the new Onimusha coming.
Oh, that's right. I'm so happy for them.
I know, crazy, right?
I really
a video
am.
game
it's
company
great.
Putting out a lot of games, being well received, not hearing about a bunch of really unsavory practices.
Yeah.
They just said they want to keep supporting the Monster Hunter that came out, what was it, last year that didn't do great, and they want to turn it into a fantastic game that people love, so they're doubling down on that. Like,
not doing massive layoffs, not doing any of that stuff.
Good on them. Yeah. Keep going, Capcom, and everybody look at Capcom. Do what they're doing. Copy their homework.
Copy their stuff. Let's see. Mortal Shell 2 coming out. I know people are really gangbusters stoked about this. This is their new, the Mortal Shell game became kind of their new favorite Souls-like. I played it a bit on Game Pass back when I had Game Pass, the first one that is. It was all right. But what you guys might
look pretty unhinged in this one.
Oh yeah, big time. But I think what John might like most about it, and there's a little shot of it here, although it's not in motion, but I've seen video. You can build a bard that fights with a guitar, but not with physically swinging it. It's playing music as an attack. And the lady here with her, what's that called?
An accordion.
Accordion fights back with her, like the sound she's making with her accordion.
Oh, and you get a little bard battle going.
It was I
love that.
Best, dumbest thing I'd ever seen. It looked great.
The Mortal Shell you play as like hero archetypes, like gacha style, not as a character you make in Elden Ring. If
is that true? I didn't know. I thought the first one was just you picked a...
No, because that's what the shell is. Like you have shells.
Oh, okay. I'm confused about that then. I thought it was just you got your shell, and then you decided what your shell was, and then that was the game.
That's my understanding. It could be wrong, or it could be mixing it up with a different game that I was looking at too. But I think this one has you playing as archetypes, like a shell. Like you'll play an assassin, or you'll play like a warrior, or in this case, a bard. Like it might still be the same character, but it's like Warframe or, one of those games where you convert into something else, I believe.
Well, the second game appears to stick with the first game's motif of zero color. So, John, you may not be playing this game at all because
he likes Elden Ring.
That's Bo's problem, not my. Oh, wait, you're talking about desaturation.
Yeah,
like
just color
album,
in
right?
general. Yeah. There's just not a lot of color in these Mortal Shell games.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't find Mortal Shell particularly appealing. This does not look like a game for me.
I like dark fantasy. I don't like Souls-like, so I'm probably out. But
I need to train Scott on Elden Ring, though. We need to do that.
That does need to happen because I think we could get Scott to like Elden.
You think so?
I think we could.
Yeah.
I think we could. I think it could be done.
I like that horse thing I ride on. What's that called?
I think his name is Torrent.
Yeah, it is Torrent.
Is he an actual horse, or is he's like something else?
He's kind of
a horse, but he's like ethereal god building.
Yeah, he's an elf horse or something.
Nay.
Nay. What are you doing in the forest? All right. Let's get
Scott, I have one for you.
Okay, what do you
because
got?
I'm shocked you haven't mentioned it yet.
No.
Out today.
I know what this is.
Restory.
Oh, yeah, Restory. I know.
No. I already bought it. It is in my. First thing today, I got an email saying, "Hey, a game on your wish list open. It's Retro Restore, or whatever it's called. I don't even remember the name, and I was going to do it. Restory. That's it. Let me pull it up so people can see it. We've talked about it a bit, but yeah, it's a no-brainer. This was like going to be on my must play. I will be playing this tonight. I can't wait. Actually, where is it? I launched Steam. Where did you go? Oh, okay. Here it is. Sorry, there's a lot going on here. All right. It is right here. And I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to show it. Okay. This is the game. If you haven't seen it, you are a small retro repair shop in Japan, is my understanding. It's also set in the 90s, I believe. And you're putting together what looks like, in this case, this person's streaming this phone, but you're putting together like old video game consoles. There's that's like a Vita or a PSP or something, but they give them fake names. So none of these are
PMP.
PMPs. You do lots of, that was an Xbox ripoff. There was a Polaroid camera.
Sony Pimp.
Exactly. That one of those was the taco shaped phone that Nokia did, the Engage, or a reasonable facsimile thereof. You clean these things. There's some story, though, is my understanding. Like you'll discover weird clues inside of these things. And they'll progress some sort of story. I haven't looked at the reviews so far. We're at 140 reviews, 98%. Oh,
how is that not overwhelmingly positive?
Well, it will be when they get enough reviews because it's a threshold of numbers. You have to hit a certain number of reviews. But yeah, I'm doing this like immediately. So I'm so excited. I'll be fixing old hardware. It gives me content for both core and play retro at the exact same time. 2 birds, 1 stone. Video games, guys. Video games.
You got a CRT monitor that you get your jobs off of. Cool.
And I get a discounted version because I already have Potion Craft.
Oh, I did the same, and it only cost me 16. It was like maybe even less than that. $16 or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I got a really good deal. Man, you know what's awesome? When you own a lot of stuff on Steam, the bundle deals are insane. You get like these great deals where it's like complete your collection. You already own this, so now get this new game with that, and it's like $9 off the old price. It's crazy that they do that.
I bought it because it is not that much, and it looks good. I'm with you. You want to talk about games for this month? Marvel Tokon, which I already talked about, which is also out today. Is on the list to do. This game, definitely my interest, and one that Bo has already mentioned, Star Wars Zero Company at the end of the month. I think it's a pretty good year.
I think so too.
Month.
Keep
saying year. Yeah. Month. It's a pretty good month for video games.
Let me double check. Also, I think it's super reasonable, assuming it's good. This thing's only $49, the Zero Company. It's not like a big $70 purchase.
Is it?
Yeah. Look at that.
That's not that bad.
Wherever it went. There it is.
I hope it's good.
I mean, if it ends up sucking, we're all in trouble. But
I just played through the same tactics game twice, so I think even if it's just okay, I'll probably like it. But
yeah. I'm in the mood, man. Bring this on. This day, let's see what day. 27th, so we still got a little ways to go on that, but I'll actually be out of town that particular day, but I'll be thinking about everybody playing it. Anyway, there it is. And outside of that, I don't know. There's other stuff, but that's kind of your big deal. Let's see. Is there anything we missed that's interesting?
Let's see. I put on Aliens Fireteam Elite 2 if you want, you're Left 4 Dead, but in the Aliens universe.
I like the first one.
Is.
It's all right. I mean, it required more co-op than I was willing to have time for, but I liked what I played of that. It was scary and,
So there's that third Plague Tale game coming out. I don't know if we talked about it or not.
Is it the one that's more...
Resonance, a Plague Tale Legacy?
Yeah, I'm not interested in it, but it's a big one. It's a third in the franchise, you know what I mean? So,
there's Entropy games coming out. This is the crusty-ass looking Bethesda-like that someone made. It just looks like PS1 ass, but I kind of want to play it.
I was going to say, that kind of looks like Morrowind, but that even looks like pre-Morrowind.
Yeah, it's more like...
This doesn't. Oof.
Yeah, dude. Dirty, grimy, greasy. I'm into it.
I mean, there's dirty, and then there's PS1. I don't know.
Yeah,
but like, I see the appeal. Maybe not for me though. But yeah, it could still be a sleeper, you know.
Yeah, and also, whoops, those are our notes. I wanted to see where did it go? Oh, I don't know how that happened. All right, never mind.
I will also say the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2, if you're looking to get the rest of the Metal Gear Solid games. This is kind of a big deal because Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, has not been readily available outside of the PlayStation 3 or the PlayStation ecosystem, I believe, until now. So they don't do a lot of porting of PS3 stuff.
No, that's hard to, is I guess the part of the problem. Porting it's really hard. So
I would say maybe be cautious. Don't pre-order. Wait for it to come out. Make sure it's a good port. But if that's a game that you have been waiting for because it has been isolated to a single console for this entire time, like that's kind of a big deal. It has to be because they didn't put very many games on this collection. It's a collection, but it's mostly just that game and then a couple other side games, which, you know, they're real, but they weren't like the big named ones.
Didn't that one have smoking, old man smoking snake?
Yeah, for like the preloading the game or whatever.
The cigarette would get shorter as the load. I love that.
Snake would just sit there and smoke.
Yeah, I like that game.
It was a good game, but it was a long time ago.
It was a great... It was like Metal Gear Solid, the things I liked most about that, and then combined with like the newer things they were doing with like Snake Eater or not Snake Eater, or 3, I guess.
Yeah, that was...
They were like, it was like a combination of the new and the old, and I thought it worked really well. And being an old man in a box with a cigarette, that's great. That's great. That's what we all want to be one day.
So one game that caught my attention that I didn't know about, and it might not be that good, but I kind of want it to be good. Just looking at it, is this PAX Autocratica.
PAX Auto. Oh, look at that!
Which is like, it's an empire, like colony sim, where you create a totalitarian
look at the
colony on an alien planet, and it's like also a first-person shooter. So I don't know. I don't have high faith, but might kind of be secretly kind of good. I don't know. I'm just
something like, about that. Yeah, I like the look of it. Is there RTS type stuff going on here?
I think you have to manage the base, and like there seems to be like,
holy shit,
you seem to hang people that are like, you know, who would protest against your totalitarianism, I guess, or whatever. Like,
sweet,
but it's space totalitarianism. It's okay, you know.
Yeah,
fun.
like Helldivers.
You can play around. There's jetpacks too. That's cool. I don't think it's an RTS, but it does look like there's a mech, definitely a battle mech I see in there. It seems like you do the fighting in the field, but maybe there's NPCs in your army, because I see armies too. So I don't know.
Could be interesting. I like the look of it. Look at that world you're in. It's pretty.
Yeah. So I mean, this could go either way. It could be like, you know, just kind of a meh offering.
Looks like some roguelike elements, because you got like perks that pop up when you're out in the shooter part.
Say action roguelike, base building. It's an early access deal. I don't know. I'm going to wish list it and keep an eye on it anyway.
Speaking of pretty looking and maybe intriguing, did you see this game Dusk Fade that comes out this month?
No. Tell us more about that.
This game kind of looks like Kingdom Hearts, which I know is going to be a thing that people go, oh, Kingdom Hearts, they have a visceral reaction to. I actually like Kingdom Hearts. The problem is I think the worst part about Kingdom Hearts is how impenetrable the lore and story of Kingdom Hearts is. This is its own individual game. You don't have to play a weird Game Boy game to play it, and visually it looks really good. It's got a crazy like looking world. It looks like it's a third-person platformy action game in a really wild world, and it looks like combat-wise it's riffing on Kingdom Hearts, which I've only played Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, in case you're wondering why I think the lore is bad, because if those are the only two you played, you don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
But I really like the gameplay of those games, so this might be kind of cool, and I'll be sad that Sephiroth isn't in there somewhere, but it seems intriguing, so maybe one to check out.
Full release too. It looks like, not an early access thing, so worth watching that. That's on consoles as well. The only other one I saw in here that maybe is interesting. Oh, the follow-up to The Sinking City. I don't know if you guys played much of that. I played a little of The Sinking City.
Nope.
If I can find this. This might be on Game Pass also because the first one is where I played it. But I remember thinking it had possibilities. And I don't even know what to tell you about the story in this thing. It just seemed like there were... Oh, this looks like a horror game, though. Are they going full horror on it? Was the first one?
Is this by Frogwares?
Yeah, Frogwares. They make frog-based shit.
But not frog pants, because we got that covered.
Third-person survival horror. Oh, it is a survival. Well, I'm thinking maybe the wrong game. What am I thinking of? It was basically a city that was underwater or starting to go underwater. That's Fallout. That's not even the same game.
What are we doing here?
What is even happening?
What's happened?
This is ridiculous. All right, never mind on that one. I don't know. Entropy I am interested in. I realize that's a bit of a weird one with the PS1 graphics, but if it's deep, I might enjoy it. Other than that, it's pretty much October. There's something here.
We're talking about August.
That's what I meant. August.
The other October.
And that's October.
And there's October for you. See you in January. We'll just skip another 2 months. Look at this, though. Anomaly President. What the hell's that? What do we got here? That looks like a side scroller. Maybe we don't care. Anomaly President. All right. Well, good luck, Anomaly President. What else is going on? Let's see. The Spider-Man movies bring Spider-Man skins, and there is much civil discussion around them. Of course, there's never any disagreement or problems from players. They all love everything that ever happens ever. Here's some examples. This is the one from the new movie. Although, yeah, that is in the game. I think the new movie's costume is the most old school Spider-Man they've done.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's the best. I think it's the best movie costume that he's had. I still am a huge fan of the giant eyes from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but that comes with other caveats.
Yeah.
And I think as an overall package, I think the Brand New Day costume is the best Spider-Man costume. But they added it as a free update to Marvel's Spider-Man 2 for the Insomniac game.
Mm-hmm.
They also added the Marvel Rivals skin as part of that update. You got 2 additional skins in there.
What's this one? Is this the...
That is Spider-Man End of Days, I
Okay.
believe, or something like that.
that ended up in there, I guess. According to...
That's been in there. That's been in there. They only added 2 new skins.
Oh, this website
Stop
I'm
throwing
at...
up pictures.
This is what they claim is new, this website. Are they wrong? They must be wrong. This was already in there, too?
That one I'm not sure about.
How about... Well, we know this Tokon one is new.
That one's new, yeah.
And then what was the other one? And here's Spider-Man. Just kidding. That's not really Spider-Man.
And there's Rhea Ripley.
I can't...
Man, you want to see some big new downloads? They put Rhea Ripley in a Spider-Man game.
I know so little about wrestling. You could have told me her name was Sandra Day O'Connor, and I would have believed you. I don't know.
That's fine.
Anyway.
But the controversy is this, because of course you can't just get a free thing and be happy. And to be fair, you want it to be good. Insomniac posted a couple teases of what they were adding, and then people got into the game, and it did not quite look the same as what was teased, and it does not quite match the movie. People are upset about the colors. They're upset that there is some clipping around the eyes, which I didn't even notice, but I guess people are going into camera mode and trying to get cool shots of the costume, and they notice that the eye clips through itself and stuff like that and doesn't always appear correct in some cutscenes. And then this whole situation was made worse because Fortnite also added the costume.
And
the costume looked way better in Fortnite, and it made everybody really, really mad at that point.
Yeah.
It was like, you kidding me? Fortnite is going to get the best version of this costume? So it's unclear if Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is going to get any updates to it. But yeah, it did get added to Fortnite as well. And I can confirm, as somebody who has looked at both, the Fortnite costume does look better.
Yeah, it does. I don't know why Peter looks so weird. Could they not
Well, because he's a Fortnite person.
Okay. Right. But
real people are always going to look weird in Fortnite because Fortnite does not have realistic graphics.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's always going to look vaguely like an artist character.
Yeah, I don't love it. How about this? This is the Tokon thing. That looks real weird.
That is the other thing. I'm glad the skin's there, but as soon as they take off the mask, it looks so weird.
It looks so weird. Both of them look weird, and this isn't right. This is bad. Why couldn't? Well, what else are you gonna do? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the alternative is you have to come up with a cartoon version of all their heads and all their animations, and that seems unrealistic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're just kind of stuck with it. It is what it is, but it looks so terrible. It does make you wish that they had the option that, like Expedition 33 had, which is, hey, for cutscenes, can you just put me in the correct costume? Like, put me in this costume for the out in the world doing stuff, but when you're going to do a cutscene, put me in the right costume so it looks okay. Like, I would prefer that.
These cowards, they're cowards unless they put this skin in. This is the one I really want.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's a good Spider-Man right there.
An effort was made, but
I mean, you have to admire not so much the effort, but the willingness to just see it through, and show up in it.
Did it.
Yeah.
You know what? A braver person than me.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't even even if I was kind of built, I don't think I'd wear a Spider-Man suit.
The first step to being a superhero is bravery, and you know what? They have more of that than I do.
Look at that guy.
Oh my god.
That's great. Nice moose knuckle. Anyway, so as per usual, we don't know why the internet freaks out as hard as it does, but also they have a point, but also is Insomniac going to do anything about these skins? Probably not. Maybe.
Also, the Fortnite skin is very good.
Yeah, it is good. So if you like Fortnite, get in there.
The eyes actually do the thing, which is kind of cool. You know the thing I'm talking about that the Spider-Man eyes do.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like when it does that. Those are
when
Tony Stark editions, right? Didn't he give those? Didn't he make that happen?
No, because when Tony Stark sees his goggles in the first one in Homecoming, Peter has already built that into his goggles. So Tony just took the idea and made it look good.
I need to go back and watch all the newer ones again. I've forgotten most of the early business. I remember the last one with all the extra Spider-Man in it.
Yeah, there were many Spider-Mans.
Mm-hmm. That worked out real good.
Spider-Mans.
So there's that. Hey, we got a couple of texts to read, folks. And how do I know that? Because this is playing.
That's a good question.
We got one from, let's see, Eric, who says, I'm so happy John dropped that Fox and the Grapes reference. I don't remember this, so just so you know.
Hell yeah.
What is
pop
Fox
culture Aesop's Fables references right in the core show?
When did you do that? I don't remember you doing that at all, but maybe you did it in the John show or something.
It's a 8.5 hour long show. It's fine.
That's hard to tell when in the bath. Oh, what, Bo? Sorry.
I need a mashup.
Oh, yeah, you do need a mashup. It says, I'm so happy John dropped that Fox and the Grapes reference. I have it tattooed on my arm. I also have the Fox and the Crane and the Fox and the Cricket Fables. I bet those grapes were sour anyway, he says in quotes.
That's right. It's the origin of sour grapes. It's from that story.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Where did creamy beans come from?
This bad show.
Yep.
This bad podcast we make. I also found out the other day, because the Odyssey's all on, as big as Spider-Man is, Odyssey's still out there kicking ass. And another Tom Holland vehicle within the same month. But
yeah, I saw that headline. There was a headline that somebody wrote that said Tom Holland and Zendaya beat Tom Holland and Zendaya at the box office.
Yeah, which is pretty great.
I was like, that's fun.
Those two are living the life.
While you can.
Do it while you
Also, John Bernthal. It's three of them.
Yeah,
it's
all
crazy.
three of them. It is nuts to me that those three are in both. Anyway,
who is he in Odyssey? Achilles or something like that?
Tom
Holland.
Oh, he's the son of Odysseus.
Okay.
So he's the one that's like trying to find his dad and figure out what's going on. The story is a little bit different than the way the movie went out. But anyway, here's what I was going to say about that. I had forgotten some of this, but things like the term Odyssey is from Odysseus and the Odyssey. So when you think of Odyssey, it's coming out of his name. So we don't have that word without that. There were other things like the dude who was named Mentor and is the guy's mentor is where the word mentor came from.
Yeah, well, it's like that with a lot of stuff. The Oresteia, there's a character named Orestes. That's like a common thing.
Telemachus, that's who it is. Jerry is right. That's who Tom Holland plays. for some reason with an English or American. Everyone has an American accent in the new thing, which is weird.
They all have American accents.
Yeah.
Not
It threw me a little bit, but not that. I mean, hell, they should have Greek accents, and they never do in these things.
They shouldn't have it. They should be speaking Greek,
ancient Greek, exactly.
They shouldn't even be speaking.
So
English.
I don't have any problem with it.
Matter.
Some people have beef with it because it just sounds too like casual conversation to some people. I think he did
This
the right thing.
Cyclops movie is not realistic.
But I heard some guy complaining that I can't believe they called the guy mentor. We know what a mentor is, Chris Nolan.
I saw you post this on Twitter, and I think about this tweet so often. The person who's like, yes, it's the origin of the word. It just came out yesterday.
Yeah, how could it be the origin of the word?
It's like, I think about it all the time.
Yeah, I hate it so much, but there it is. Anyway, it's like Shakespeare. He's got a lot of words that we use now that came out of his crap. So.
Well, it's a kiss and a curse, the internet.
Yep. Lake Run, right here from the show.
Lake Run started here. People are going to be saying skeletal in 100 years.
100 years they'll be going, look at that guy. He's so skeletal. He needs a sandwich. And they'll say, skeletal? Where'd that come from? The ancient art of podcasting in the year 2022 or whatever.
The F and Muriel. That's also going to come from here.
F and Muriel, yeah.
Yep. And Kingdom Come Likes.
I want Come Likes to catch on so bad.
You want to tag in Steam. That's how bad you want it. Right?
Wow. I mean,
you can actually,
why not?
You can sort by Come Likes. One more message. This is from an anonymous listener. It says, I listened to Core and watched a horror movie night before bed last night. Weird way of saying that. Had a dream that my wife...
Weird way of reading it, Scott.
Oh, what did I do? I listened to Core. Let me try that again. Let me try it again. I listened to Core and watched a horror movie before bed last night. How did I really did that.
Well, I'm glad you tried again. Now you can see it.
That was terrible. All right. Had a dream that my wife and I shared an Airbnb with the Johnson family, and Michael Myers showed up. Weird. And he means the horror one, not the comedian.
Did he just show up, or did it happen?
He didn't say. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe it was the comedian one, and it was just still scary.
But he still murdered people somehow.
He kicked in the door and was like, "Cat in my belly."
I don't know.
They're like, ah.
They might have had a conversation about, black holes or something over breakfast. Just because he showed up doesn't mean he's the Michael Myers from the movie. I don't know what more happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, that mask is based on Captain Kirk William Shatner mask that got bleached out and all weirded up. So
it's a Shatner mask.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
The Mike Myers mask or the Michael Myers mask. Yeah. Ding 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 ding.
I think the funniest one is in part 3 or part 4, one of those two. He shows up and the mask has blonde hair for just like half a scene for no clear reason. He just is all of a sudden has like bleach blonde hair.
Is it a continuity error? They just screwed up? Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Nice going, guys. Shatner.
I don't know how you even film that. Yeah. How do you even film him with blonde hair and go, it's fine, we'll fix it later?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's a unit B unit thing. Like after the wrap main production, they're like, we need a shot here, and they just grabbed Gary from makeup. It's like just put the mask on and do the shot.
There's probably a lot of continuity errors that come down to that, right? Different teams.
It's blonde though. That's fine. We'll fix it.
Well, usually they like a lot of films have the A unit, B unit, C unit. So the B unit will do like the hand, Shang-Chi is coming in to read a book. So they get Simu Liu to do the thing. And then they're like, they need a close up on the book title with a hand on it. It's like, that's not Simu doing it. It's unit B doing that shot on the shot list they got from the storyboard. So continuity errors can just come from that alone, where it's like they literally are shooting 2 concurrent production schedules at the same time in order to save money and all that. Yeah.
Wow. All right. I don't know enough about that world. You clearly know a lot more than we do. That's awesome.
I read a couple of filmmaking books. Yeah.
Okay.
There's some cool things with the Michael Myers masks too. Like H2O, there's a part where they just digitally painted a mask on his face, and it is the worst looking thing you have ever seen.
Oh my gosh. I liked H2O, but I don't remember that.
Type Google Halloween H2O CGI mask, and you will see it. And you will go, oh my God, this is in a movie?
Let's see. Let me take a look here real quick.
It's rough.
Oh my
and I also like that movie, but it's bad.
It's terrible.
Really bad.
Here, chat. Okay. They redid it in the Blu-ray, but the old one,
Oh, did they redo it?
that's what it says.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Look
it's
at that.
still not great, but oh my gosh, compared to what it was.
Yeah, neither is good, really, but that's really terrible.
Is the second one a mask? It looks just like makeup.
I think it's just more digital changes later.
I think they just painted more. I think they just painted better. It's not flat.
Yeah, it's still CG, just better, newer, I guess. And then this is some years ago that they did that Blu-ray thing.
It already wasn't a good mask. Like, I like Halloween H2O, but the mask for Michael Myers in that movie is not good.
No. Here it is again. This is a more usual shot of it. It's just, I don't know, something's off. Why is that?
Is that from H2O?
It says it is. Let's see. Mike Myers, Halloween H2. Yeah, that one's from that. So is this one. It says. I don't know again.
That's not from H2O. That's for the one after it. That's
is
the
it?
one with, what's his name in it? The rapper.
Why does he look like an old wrestler?
I mean, it makes sense because I don't trust the internet. None of this shit is real. How about this?
Also, I don't know what it says that I can tell you which movie it's from one picture, but
That's impressive, actually.
it's very small.
You're a big fan of. See, there's the original shot.
There's the digital mask.
Man,
right
it's
there.
like, here's your N64 mask, sir.
It does look like a character in an N64 game just was in the closet.
That's so bad. Really bad. All right. Now I'm not.
You know, you can say whatever you want about the most recent trilogy that came out, but one thing they definitely got right, that mask is awesome.
Yep.
The mask is good.
Yeah,
in
it's pretty good.
all of those movies.
Here's how it's changed over the years. The second one is the most Shatner-ish. Look at that thing. It's like TJ Hooker era of Shatner in that one.
Yeah.
But everything else is not really Shatner at all.
Why does he have a mask? Like, what's
It's a Captain Kirk mask, I think. A rubber
No,
mask.
but in the story,
he just hides his face behind
But
a
like,
Halloween
was he
mask.
like maskless and found a mask and that's just put it on?
I don't remember. How
Yeah,
did that play
yeah.
out? Is that how it played out?
He escapes the asylum and takes a mask because when he killed his sister, he wore a mask. And
Is he undead or is he like a serial killer? I never seen a Halloween.
originally, he is just a serial killer.
Yeah.
Like that's what
and
he's
then-
supposed to be. And then as stories evolve, there's more to it. Sometimes
This guy looks
he's
like an extra from
immortal.
Seinfeld.
I know. This claims to be H2O. And I think it's right.
That is H2O.
And
Yes.
maybe it's the eyebrows, but he looks like
This looks like a guy going to talk into his psychotherapist about his generalized anxiety disorder.
yeah. I think it's really bad. The eyebrows are a terrible idea. Oh my gosh.
The mask should hide the eyes also, and H2O is especially guilty of this. That's H2O as well.
Yep.
The H2O is especially guilty of this because that movie opens with Dr. Loomis talking about how pitch black and dark and soulless his eyes were, and then they do a mask where you can see his eyes the whole time and it's just a regular guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's like, "Can you pass the ketchup?"
Although I will say this scene that you're showing right now with him reaching out, that is how they loopholed him surviving that movie, because technically that's not Michael Myers.
Oh, right.
It's a paramedic who
Right.
has duct tape over his mouth. She thinks she's killing him, but she's just killing an innocent dude.
That's right. Oh, those movies. I mean, they're no worse. They commit no more crimes than, like, you know, countless Freddys and Jasons and all that too, but
Yeah.
it really went places. All right. Well, there you have it. That's our emails, and that's our commentary around the Halloween films. We're going to get out of here. Frogpants.com/core is our website. Use it on the frequent. And if you'd like to contact us, don't forget there's super easy ways to do it. You can do this one, which is show@core.show. That's an email address.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got it right.
You
I
did
think.
it. And for some reason, you also removed it from where you could read it.
Yeah. I don't know why I moved it. I think I moved this stuff to the mid, and then
it says talk to the core at gmail.com.
That's the old one. You can ignore that. Yeah. I don't know why.
We should update our show notes.
Oh, I know why. It's because
did.
we're using the new template. So it's
I updated the template. Go to the template. Look, I have it updated.
Nice.
You keep undoing
I
it.
didn't change it. I didn't do a thing.
Guys, what's a template?
No, it's still in the template. Gaming first template. You're looking at the news first template.
Look at either of them. Both of them say show@core.show.
The hell is a template?
Not the tabs at the bottom of the sheets. If you go down to the third tab over currently gaming first template and scroll down, it says email talk to the core at gmail. Talk to the core at gmail.com. So I think you're mixing up the two templates.
The core at gmail.com.
Yeah.
That's a template.
Yeah, it's in the template file.
Bo, don't worry about it. Scott and I worry about it.
Is it a
I see
template?
show at core.show.
Here's what I'm looking at right here. See this? This is in the template, not the first template, not news first template, but gaming first template.
Oh, okay, but scroll down just a little bit from where you're at.
Oh yeah, there it is down there. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's in two places, but this one just needs to be. Yeah. It's not a big deal.
I'm glad we figured this out on the air, though.
Yeah, this is really good, important stuff for the show.
You know what, Scott? Just for you, I will fix it right now.
You know what makes it worse somehow? I got it exactly right, but then this path opened up for us.
Yeah, you know what's even worse is I get dragged for saying skeletal, and you guys said template 100 times. Template.
Isn't it template? Is it
template?
It is? Is it? I mean, is that how you're supposed to pronounce it, or does
I think you can say either. If you can say skeletal, we can say template.
Well, skeletal's at least pronounced how it's spelled. There's no I, there's no plit. Template.
Let me see.
Template.
We're from the Southwest.
Yeah.
All right.
We have our own way down here. Hold on.
Everybody is saying we're saying it a valid way.
Okay, I'm going to play it the way the internet says to play it. Let's see what happens. Whoops. Hold on.
I say template.
Here we go.
Template.
Chat.
Hold on.
Template.
She just said template.
Template.
She mispronounced it.
Template.
Well,
Template.
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 Or it says you can say template. Or sorry. You can say it says you can say template, but it's not very common, it says. According to dictionary.com. Yeah.
Yeah, you say it the boring way.
I think Americans are pretentious about these things because you're also don't say every time I say pasta, you're like, "What's pasta?" It's pasta.
Oh,
you gotta say it. You gotta say it all properly, and now you're like template.
Well,
template.
let's see what
are you, English?
What did see what they say about
Template.
pasta?
You're American. Pronounce all the letters exactly as spelled. That's
How about this one?
What's wrong with you guys?
Did you hear that?
Pasta.
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 Yeah. Not pasta.
Template. So pasta is not pasta. And template is not template. You guys have something against like saying the A.
Yeah. And all the while, we refuse to do Celsius
I'm in
or
Canada. You're the
millimeters.
land of A. A? You know, we say A all the time.
Yeah,
don't
Mario.
shy away from the A.
Mario, right?
Mario.
It's that whole thing. It's the A thing.
You know what's funny is I think I say
Mario.
it both ways, but it depends on the context.
Like Mario's Pizza versus Mario the video game?
No, not that.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
Am I
template.
a monster? No, template.
If I say template, when do I say that? Never.
That's what I'm trying to figure out is when I would say template, but I know I've said it.
You know what was recently driving me nuts? Do you know a YouTube creator by the name of Ben Jordan?
No.
He's a pretty big creator. He's doing a big thing on flock cameras. He does music. Interesting channel, actually. I recommend it.
Right.
But he's been calling it malware. I'm like, it's malware. Stop calling it malware.
Every time he says malware, it should play Duel of Fates.
Yeah, there you go.
We've got some malware.
And I'm like, he's an American creator, so I'm just like, I have this thing in my head now that Americans just don't like saying A's. Like, it's not malware, it's malware. It's template, not template.
All right, so
It's Mario, not It's Mario, not Mario.
I'm with
It's
you on
pasta, not pasta.
malware. You're 100% correct on that. But listen to the way this says. North American, so that includes Canada and America, should say this.
Mario.
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 Can you imagine if that was the voice of Bowser? Just picture Bowser saying that real quick.
It's like, my arch nemesis.
Mario.
Mario. I wish he was a little more like that. All right. Well, guess what, guys? We've
You
come
guys
to
are great.
I'm telling you, your English is great because it's fluid. You can do whatever. We can say whatever we want. And I don't mind that you say it those ways. I think it's fine.
Oh, because you were wrapping up the show, I think I was trying to say something complimentary, but I don't know what I said.
Do you ever say you ever say I need a plate full of food?
I say a plate. Can you pass me a plate?
I would too. So that's interesting that we we say plet.
So the suffix TM and plate is how the compound word works, I think.
I've
Like
got a
tin
metal.
plate.
They had to install a metal plet in my skull
Yeah.
from the war. That doesn't sound right either. So
Oh,
You do the
plet.
dishes, clean the plets.
he's running to home plet in baseball.
don't touch the pletoris.
Yeah, the pletoris, the plate Taurus. All right, John, it's time for us to send a letter home from the war front, and you know how to do that. So, hey, it's Dear Martha doing Dear Martha stuff. Take it away.
My dearest Martha, what fun we had on this template for podcasting greatness.
Podcasting.
We talked about Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Granblue Fantasy Relink, Tokon, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We also talked about Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls.
Gotta watch for every A that you run into here. It's perfect.
Also, the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time. A game called How Many Dudes? Marvel's Midnight Suns. And DragonSword Awakening.
Excuse me, it's DragonSword.
And those were the games.
Wow. Fantastic work as always. Hey, everybody, you know what that means? It means it's time for us to go. And when we go, we do it in style. But we come back a following week and we do one more of these. Today was early, but next week I think will be the normal time. I kind of like the noon thing. I don't know if we could do that every time. Probably not, though.
I kind of liked it too.
Well, if you've got,
Do two. I'm game for two.
you'd be all right for
AM.
an hour early. I'd be all right with it. All
Two's
right,
fine.
we're doing this shit on air. Anyway, hey, next week, be back here.
yeah.
It'll either be noon or it'll be 1. But one way or the other, we'll let you know ahead of time, and you can come play with us and have some fun. In the meantime, check out all the fun stuff happening on the Frog Pants site. That's at frogpants.com. For me, for Bo, for John, we'll see you next time.
This has been a Frog Pants production. Find all our shows at frogpants.com.
The stars await, and we mustn't keep them.
Okay.
Isn't it stairs?
There was some
Not stars.
It is stairs. You're right.